Hi, welcome to our 10 subscribers.
Welcome, 10 subscribers.
We love you guys.
It's hard being famous here.
We're internet famous for real. So last time on the pod, we briefly talked about like very scary healthcare situations, and we
Hmm.
talked briefly about the article I had read about the nurse practitioner who was over prescribing Adderall and Xanax, and I promised I was going to find the DEA report, and I did. So yeah, it's very like lengthy, and I'm gonna try my very best to only hit the hot spots. If you work in healthcare, which I'm guessing that at least some of our 10 subscribers probably work in healthcare, um, yeah, you're gonna shit your pants. So grab a brief, grab grab a brief. Are you buckled in?
I'm buckled.
And do you have your brief on?
My brief is
Because when I say this story puckers my butthole, I am so serious. It's actually crazy. Okay.
okay, go.
Like I said, it's very wordy, so I've gotta try to hit the high notes. Okay. This might take a bit of you might have to edit some
Yeah,
of.
that's fine. I'm just gonna keep myself muted so you can
Okay.
speak.
Okay. Just yes. All right. On January 17th, 2024, investigators inserted a DEA confidential source into, I don't know how to pronounce this name, so I'm going to say M. The last name starts with an M, into M's medical practice for a patient visit resulting in the acquisition of generic Adderall and generic Xanax. CS1, the confidential source, is a longtime DEA confidential source. What a life. What a career to be a longtime DEA confidential source. I wonder what that's like. Prior to the visit, investigators met with CS1 at a prearranged location to discuss the details of meeting with M. CS1 was provided with $200, only $200 in DEA serialized money, and equipped with electronic audio recording and monitoring device to ensure the safety of CS1 and document the meeting. In all of the meetings, CS1 was equipped with electronic audio recording and monitoring. I'm not going to keep reading that. So just keep that in mind. Every meeting that CS1 has with M, the practitioner, they're wired. Okay, so CS1 was observed entering the premises at 9:15 a.m., entering a room with a 106 on the door. Upon entering, M introduced herself and had CS1 come into her office. M and CS1 made small talk, and CS1 asked M what else she does for work. M, the practitioner, told CS1 that she also works at Connecticut Mental Health Center with the chronically mentally ill, as well as at Bransford Counseling Center in the evenings. So this lady, M, has 3 jobs. Crazy. At this point in the conversation, CS1 said, "Here's your $200," and M responded, "Thank you." So you just walk in, give the $200, and she says thanks before you even like do an evaluation or anything. Weird. M proceeded to ask CS1 questions such as the spelling of his name, date of birth, address, and phone number. M then asked CS1 who referred him to her. CS1 told M he was referred by a friend named Matt, who told him about M and said that she was good. M asked what Matt's last name was, and CS1 said that he forgot. M asked if she sees Matt as a patient, and CS1 said that she used to see him. I feel like that's weird, just even asking that. I
Yeah,
feel like
that's weird.
I
That's
feel like
weird.
that whole interaction was weird. Like I'm the practitioner and I'm gonna ask you if I see Matt. That's
Yeah,
don't
it's
like
giving
that.
like dealer vibes for sure.
I don't even like
Which
that.
is kind of what I suspected when we last talked about this, that it was kind of like over prescribing at like for as like a dealer situation kind of thing. Because nobody
Something
needs that much medication.
correct, and we're gonna get
Hmm.
into that. But even
Yeah.
just this beginning initial where he puts down the cash before they even like talk.
Hmm.
Um, and also using cash in itself is not a red flag, but I don't have very many people pay cash. Like usually I'm using card, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
That's a little bit, if it's all cash, that's weird. I mean, you're
Yeah,
gonna have people pay
totally.
cash from time to time. But then, yeah, if someone, okay, if someone comes to me and they say, "Oh, John Smith referred me to you." I'm not going to say anything about John Smith, whether I've seen them as a patient or not, because that's then like, I feel like
Yeah, because
invading
like
John
HIPAA,
Smith's privacy.
hello.
So if they can, like, a patient can come to me and tell me who referred them, and that's fine if
Mm-hmm.
they want to tell me that, but I'm not going to confirm or deny whether I see that person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely not going to ask them whether I see that person.
Literally.
Okay, so M continued to ask CS1 general questions such as his marital status and if he had any children. Asked if he had any allergies, what his preferred pharmacy was. CS1 said that he was not able to recall the name of the pharmacy, and M said it did not matter because she could write the prescriptions and give them to CS1 so he could take them to whatever pharmacy he wanted. M then asked CS1 to tell her what had been going on and what brought him to see her. Okay, that is normal. What's been going on? What brought you to see me? First normal thing I've seen. CS1 told M that everything was basically fine with him. He said he had been taking Adderall and Xanax but lost his state of New York insurance because he did not renew it. He told M that he did not mind paying cash. M asked CS1 who was providing the Adderall and Xanax prescriptions, and CS1 told her that he was obtaining the medications on the street. But he did not feel this was a safe option because he knew people could get sick from medications bought on the street. M acknowledged it was not safe and asked CS1 how long he had been getting the medication from the street. CS1 told M he was getting Adderall and Xanax from the street for about 1.5 years. M asked why the Xanax. CS1 responded, "It gets me through my day." M asked if CS1 was anxious and asked CS1 to describe the symptoms to her. CS1 told M that he was not anxious, but for some reason that he could not explain, it made him function through the day and made him balanced. M asked, "So it balances your mood?" And CS1 agreed. So he said that he does not have anxiety. That's on the record. M asked CS1 why he started taking Xanax. CS1 said it started with a friend who told him to try the medication, so he did. M asked CS1 how much he was getting off the streets. CS1 told M like 2, and he was taking it twice a day. M then asked him, this is wild. M then asked him if it's okay if she started him at a 1 milligram dose twice a day because the pharmacy might question it. M explained that the pharmacy might question CS1 being started on a higher dose of Xanax since he was not previously obtaining prescriptions from a physician and was getting them instead off the street. Okay, never in my life am I going to be asking a patient if it's okay if I start them on a
Mm-mm.
certain dose.
No, that's because it might be suspicious to the pharmacist. No doctor is ever going to use that word
The
like wait,
pharmacy might
pharmacy.
question it. Um, yeah, I'm not asking anybody's permission if I can start them at a 1 milligram dose twice a day because
No,
the pharmacy might question it. If I obviously feel like a medication is warranted, I'm telling you this is the dose that we're gonna start at.
literally, because you're the
Hello?
doctor.
Hello? Is it okay? Is it okay? Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
For $200, get out of here. M then asked what CS1 was taking Adderall for. CS1 told M when he could not get the Xanax, he would take Adderall instead because it also helps him. M asked which medication works better. Are you wild? And CS1 said that both worked. But if you don't have anxiety and you say that you're basically fine, how are you saying that both of the medications work? What are they working on? Like, this is just crazy. CS1 explained he sometimes took the Adderall and Xanax together to get a strong balance.
Oh,
That
red
is
flag.
My guy, that is not a strong balance. That is a strong misbalance. Like, what? M asked what effects the Adderall had on CS1, and CS1 said it keeps his mood even. M asked what dose CS1 was taking, and CS1 said possibly 10 milligrams twice a day. Okay, that's so if we take the Xanax out of the picture and we were just talking about somebody taking Adderall, taking 10 milligrams twice a day, if it was warranted, if the patient had ADHD or narcolepsy, which is what
Hmm.
stimulants are approved for, that wouldn't
Yeah,
be too
because
bad.
that's not really a lot, 10
No,
milligrams twice a day. Yeah.
no, that would be fine. Like
Hmm.
if this was like a valid medical reason
Hmm.
and the Xan and not taking the Xanax and not getting the medication from the street, that'll give you that. That part sounded reasonable.
Yeah.
M said she could start CS1 at the 10 milligram dose of Adderall twice a day and asked CS1 if he agreed. So again, we're asking the patient's permission for what the dosages are. CS1 agreed to try it, and if he had any concerns, he would let her know. M then asked CS1 if he had ever been in treatment before, if he had any substance abuse history. I mean, he literally just told you he's getting Xanax and Adderall from the streets.
On the street, that's like not a normal
And
place
then
to
you're
get
and then you're
medicine.
gonna ask if he has a substance abuse history. He
It's a
has
yes.
he has current substance abuse. If he smokes marijuana and about his family history of mental health. If he had family history of substance abuse, if he had any legal history, and if he had any history of suicidal ideation. Okay, I mean, I'll give it to you, Em. Those are good questions to ask. Um, you need to be asking obviously like a lot more, but I mean, at least you did rule out like history of suicidal ideation and you asked about family history. That's good. CS1 denied having any of the issues that she asked about. M then asked CS1 if he wanted to come back in 1 month or in 2 months. Okay, when you see Sonia, did she ask you, oh, do you want to come back in 1 month or 2 months? Or did she say, okay, we need to follow up in,
No, she tells me, like,
yeah,
especially with like dosages and like
we need to
she's like the
monitor.
boss. Even though I did say in the last episode, like you both are the boss, not that much. Like she's definitely the one that's distributing the medicine, so she should be telling me when it's the best time for us to speak next for sure.
Yes, when we are going to be seeing the results, when we need to monitor you for something.
Hmm.
And it is very true. Like patients do have like autonomy and free will, but that's not this. That doesn't mean like the provider is going to ask you for permission for what dose we're going to prescribe you
Hmm.
or when we're going to see you again. What that means is that if I bring up a treatment that you don't agree with, you're allowed to like challenge it and be like, no, I don't want to do that. What else do you have?
Hmm.
That's what like autonomy is. Or like if you don't want to see me, you can go see someone else. Or
Right.
if yeah, there's a lot of areas that obviously patients have free will, but like what dosage I'm going to start you on,
Weird.
what
Also, like
kind
you're
of medicine.
seeking to be led when you're starting a medicine. Like you're seeking guidance, like just like when you start therapy, you're seeking to be led because a part of your life is like not aligning. So you're asking for guidance. So it's kind of weird that she's kind of passing the
Letting him
reins.
guide the, yeah, you should
Yeah,
not be like letting them guide that. When I go to my provider, I am not wanting to guide the appointment or what we talk about. Like I want her to ask me
lead you. Yeah.
what we need to be doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to be led. Okay. So CS1 said he wanted to come back in 1 month and M agreed. CS1 told M that he was not anxious and that everything was basically fine with him, and he provided no information about any recognized symptoms of anxiety, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or narcolepsy. In addition, M did not ask any additional questions when CS indicated that the medications get him through the day and keep his mood even. M did not ask what other medication CS1 was taking or about his personal medical history. Despite this, and despite CS1 indicating that he had been receiving Adderall and Xanax from the street, M wrote CS1 prescriptions for Adderall 10 milligram tabs, 60 tabs with no refills, and Xanax 1 milligram tabs, 60 tabs with one refill. Okay, second visit. I'm gonna not read as much as I did about like setting up the recording. Um, so second meeting, CS1, M asked how the medicine was working. CS1 told M that it's all right. M asked CS1 to clarify, and CS1 only responded with something a little stronger. So I'm trying to think about how weird this would be, like if I'm communicating with a patient and I'm asking them how they're doing, and they say the
Can
only
you
thing they'll
imagine?
respond with is something a little stronger.
I cannot imagine you like I can't imagine any doctor speaking like this because it is very much giving like drug deal. Like it's not giving like doctor patient.
So when you something a little stronger, like, oh, I'm still having trouble sleeping, or, my symptoms have reduced somewhat, but I'm still crying a lot, or you gotta give more. Okay. We're simply not going to just go with something a little stronger. And then asked CS1 to describe how the medicine was helping or not helping. CS1 said that sometimes the medicine worked and sometimes it did not, but he thought it was probably a little too weak because he was taking the orange before and believed he was taking around 30 milligrams. Okay, now remember in their last appointment, he said he thought he was taking 10 milligrams twice a day. Now
Right.
he's coming in a month later and saying, oh no, I think I was taking 30 milligrams.
I
That's
can't.
crazy. M told CS1 that she could prescribe him Adderall 20 milligrams twice a day and asked CS1, would that be okay? CS1 agreed. M asked CS1 if the Adderall helps keep him focused a little bit. CS1 said both of his medications are weak and help only a little bit, but he does not feel how he is supposed to feel. I bet you don't feel how you're supposed to feel.
You're high as a kite, my
You,
friend.
you don't feel how you're supposed to feel. You're taking Xanax and Adderall at the same time. M then
You're
asked
suited.
CS1 about his Xanax prescription and confirmed he was taking 1 milligram twice a day. Now we're talking, the provider stated, that's probably not strong enough. And CS1 confirmed. M asked CS1 if the 1 milligram Xanax helped at all, and CS1 said that at first it did help, but it was not helping anymore since his body got used to it. M asked CS1 if it would be helpful if she increased the Xanax to 1 milligram 3 times a day, and she asked if CS1 had ever taken a higher dose of the medication. CS1 responded that if M gave him a higher dose of medication, that would work instead of taking the 1 milligram dose 3 times a day. M offered to give CS1 Xanax 2 milligrams twice a day, and CS1 agreed to try that. So she's doubling it, okay?
Oh
M
my God.
said that she didn't want to jump up too quickly. You're doubling it, girl. And said, because number one, I shouldn't, and number two, the pharmacy then questions if I jump way too quickly. M told CS1 she could increase the Xanax to the 2 milligram bars and ask if he had ever taken the bars before. So bars are like the street name for a 2 milligram Xanny. CS1, because they look like a bar. CS1 told M he had previously taken the bars. M asked CS1 if he wanted her to provide him with 2 months worth of medication so he did not have to come back in a month. But CS1 said he preferred to see M in 1 month to let her know how he was doing. Throughout the visit, CS1 continued to provide vague and nondescript answers to M regarding the medication efficacy. M did not ask more probing or specific questions about CS1's use of the medication. Despite this, she doubled the doses of both the Adderall and Xanax for CS1 and provided CS1 with prescriptions for Xanax 2 milligram tabs, 60 tabs, and Adderall 20 milligram tabs, 60 tabs. Moreover, CS1 still had one refill from his previous visit, Xanax prescription. If CS1 filled that refill as well as his new prescription, he would be in possession of 60 Xanax 1 milligram tabs, as well as 60 Xanax 2 milligram tabs. M did not ask CS1 if he had filled the refilled Xanax prescription from his first visit. So this is why when you are on a controlled medication, and there's nothing wrong with being on a controlled medication, every medication has its time and its place and its thing that it's helpful for. This is why the pharmacy gives you hell whenever you are going in there. If you try to go in there like a day early because you're going out of town, or if it was just more convenient for you to come maybe the day before it was due, or whatever the case may be. Like you just know that they had the medication in stock that day, so you tried to go ahead and get it. Trying to plan ahead, you're trying to be mindful, you're trying to take care of yourself. This is why they are giving you absolute help, is because of stuff like this. Stuff like this
Right.
happens,
Right.
and they have to protect themselves from overfilling these prescriptions. Okay. So then in March, they had a third meeting. Same thing, $200 cash. The patient is wired. M asked CS1 how he was doing, to which he replied, excellent. M asked CS1 what he meant by excellent, and CS1 told M that the stuff is working good. M asked CS1 how the medications were working, and CS1 replied, smooth. Although CS1 had never independently stated he suffered from anxiety, M then prompted by asking, so it's controlling your anxiety, is that true? CS1 responded, yep. So he's never even complained of anxiety. And now he's on 4 milligrams of Xanax a day. And then she's asking him if it's controlling his anxiety, and he says, yep. M asked about CS1's focus and concentration, and CS1 told M that his focus is getting there and his concentration is almost there. She asked if he had any side effects, and he denied. Um, Despite his prior assertion that he was doing excellent, CS1 then asked M if he could go up a notch on the medications.
Up a notch.
So you come in, you're on 40 milligrams of Adderall a day and 4 milligrams of Xanax a day. You tell me you're doing excellent. You don't meet criteria for any condition
Oh my word.
that treats these for any condition that these medications are used for treating. And then you say you want to go up a notch. Okay? All right.
There's so much medicine too. Like you were just like effed up all day long if you were taking that much medicine a day.
So she asked him if he wanted to go up 2 more milligrams a day on the Xanax, and he agreed. M proceeded to write CS1 a prescription for Xanax 2 milligrams 3 times a day, 90 tablets with one refill. Oh, she kept the Adderall the same though. So with that on the third visit, we only went up on the Xanax.
Yeah, she's like, you're already maxing.
Told him that she probably would not increase the doses of medications for a little bit since the previous doses were increased quickly. Um, so during the visit, CS1 indicated that he was excellent and the medications were controlling his anxiety and that things were smooth. He also indicated that his concentration was getting there and was almost there. Despite these answers, M offered to increase the Xanax daily prescription by an additional 2 milligrams per day. Okay. Um, well, we're almost gonna need like a new meeting, but I want to point out that one of the side effects of Xanax or any benzodiazepine is like you might have some issues with your memory or concentration or focus by the nature of the medication. So if your patient is having issues with that, you certainly wouldn't just like keep increasing, the benzo, which obviously this whole thing is just cuckoo bananas, but just for clarity's sake, I want to just point out things that are like extra cuckoo bananas about it. If somebody's having trouble with memory, cognition, all of that stuff, and they're also not complaining of anxiety, and you're not doing anything else to treat their anxiety. You're not trying an SSRI, you're not trying diet changes, you're not trying therapy, you're not trying meditation, you're not trying propranolol or hydroxyzine, you're not trying any supplements. You're literally just going like straight to Xanax, 6 milligrams a day. It's a no. It's a no. But yeah,
Oh my
we'll
God.
start a new meeting and then
Yes.
be on appointment 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Sorry, I meant to
Is this not like
really slow down.
terrifying?
No, it's literally terrifying. Wait, so this is the person that's coming in is the person that's like the decoy, like
Yeah.
pretending? Oh, good. Okay, okay.
Yeah, they're wired up, baby.
That's iconic.
And it says in the article, it says that they've been like a long time informant. So they've done this like more than once. Imagine that being your job.
That'd be so fun.
Okay, a fourth consensual meeting occurred on April 9th. The CS1 was wired up and he had his $200. And M asked CS1 how he was doing. CS1 said he was feeling great. Things are going very good. The medications are working excellent. CS1 added that his mood is always good. I would hope so. I would really hope so. M and CS1 then discussed M's upcoming vacation to Marco Island, Florida. M told CS1 that he did not have to come in every month, but he could if he wanted to. CS1 told M he felt better coming in every month. M said that it was up to him, but she did not want CS1 to have to come and give her $200 for 5 minutes to say you're doing great. Um, let's see. That was a pretty brief visit. I believe she kept everything the same. Yes. So she continued to prescribe him Xanax 2 milligrams 3 times a day and Adderall 20 milligrams 2 times a day. So she did stick with her guns that she was not going to increase his doses for a while. On visit number 3, she had said, I'm not increasing your doses for a while. Okay. Fifth meeting, same thing, serialized money, wired up. At the beginning of the visit, M and CS1 discussed their holiday weekend and M's vacation. M then asked CS1 how's the medicine. CS1 said the medication was working great and he was feeling great. Um, she asked when he picked up his Adderall last, and CS1 told her that he could not remember. So this is BS because there's a prescription database monitoring website where you can go on and like check the exact date and see any controlled substances that your patient has picked up, even if it's written
Oh,
in the Bible. So anytime that
that's
you're a
good.
patient, you definitely need to be checking that, seeing when they last filled. Like when I have people that need refills and stuff, I always go on there and just make sure that it's been like the full amount of time before I send it in. So we do have tools that help us with that. She just decided not to use it. Um, so yeah, I would not ever ask somebody like, when did you pick it up? Like, I'm just gonna confirm with the monitoring website when they picked it up. But yeah, he told her he couldn't recall. And so I think that she ended up writing it like a few days early. That's what it looks like here. So same thing there on meeting number 5. She kept the dosages the same, Xanax 2 milligrams 3 times a day, and then Adderall 20 milligrams 2 times a day. Um, Okay, sixth meeting, CS1 introduced his friend, an undercover DEA task force officer to M. So this patient, fake patient CS1, brings his friend with him to meet with M, and
Oh, it's getting juicy.
that is not normal at all.
Oh my God, I'm ready.
Absolutely not.
Can
And
you
it
imagine somebody brought their friend to their psychiatrist appointment?
Well, and this wasn't even planned, okay?
Oh my
So,
God.
upon entering the office, CS1 and UC1 encountered M. CS1 explained that he had to pick up his friend, UC1, for work, and they thought that M could see them both. M agreed to see them both at the same time. M said she needed to get some paper to make a chart for UC1. Absolutely not. No, 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 no. Like, if one of my patients ever came to see me and they were just like, oh yeah, yeah, I brought a friend, like we just thought that we could both see you at the same time. Are you joking?
Can you imagine? Be like, oh yeah, sure. Let me and you want me to prescribe you Adderall and Xanax? Okay,
Let me just get
let's do
out.
it.
No, let me just make a chart really quick. Let me just get some paper.
Sure, 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 sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do it.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
I'm
Oh
dead.
my God. She's like, yeah, let me just get some paper. No problem. M asked CS1 how he was doing. CS1 said he was trying to stay focused. M asked him if the medicine was helping him stay focused. CS1 said that it was making him feel excellent. M said she was going to keep CS1's medications the same. And then she did. M then turned to UC1 and obtained basic background information from him. M asked UC1 to tell her about what was going on with him. UC1 said he was working with CS1 and he knew that CS1 was getting some Xanax and Adderall, and CS1 told UC1 that his doctor was good people. No, she's not. She's not good people. UC1 said his ex-girlfriend was also getting Xanax and Adderall and he was using hers. M asked what the medications help with. UC1 said he just feels nice when he takes the medications and they mail him out so he can just chill. M confirmed with UC1 that he was obtaining pills from his girlfriend or the street, and UC1 said yes. M then asked UC1 how much Xanax he was taking. So they're really upping the ante here. The DEAs are really upping it here. So UC1 told M that he takes 4 or 5 of the bars throughout the day. So that would be 8 to 10 milligrams. M told UC1 that she could not give him that much. UC1 told M that getting pills from the street is tough because he does not always know what the pills are made of and it is scary. M asked UC1 if he had ever been prescribed Xanax before, and UC1 told M he used to have a doctor, but he did not know what happened to him. UC1 said Dr. C used to give him 6 milligrams of Xanax, and M said she could give UC1 that same dose.
Oh,
So she's going to start him on 6 milligrams of Xanax a day.
after for like 5 minutes of meeting him and him saying he gets it on the street and his girlfriend. Psychotic.
UC1 said that Dr. C also used to give him Adderall 30 milligram pills that he would use throughout the day. M told UC1 that she only prescribes up to a total of 40 milligrams per day, and she agreed to do this for UC1. M said it was not safe to prescribe higher doses of Adderall. So here she's saying it's not safe to prescribe higher doses of Adderall than 40 milligrams a day. UC1 indicated that the higher dose was not a problem for him and that he usually takes whatever he could get his hands on. M told UC1 that they could reevaluate the dose, as sometimes she is willing to go to Adderall 30 milligrams twice a day, but she preferred to start him at 20 milligrams twice a day. So she first says that it's not safe to take more than 40 milligrams a day, and then she immediately says she might be willing to go to 30 milligrams twice a day. M said that since UC1 had likely not picked up a prescription in a long time, the pharmacy would question if she wrote prescriptions for Xanax 6 milligrams per day and Adderall 60 milligrams per day. No shit. M indicated that pharmacies get suspicious.
Yeah.
If the
As they should.
yes, that is their job. Thank you, pharmacies, for getting suspicious.
Please
Thank
stay
you.
suspicious.
Thank you. Stay suspicious, please, if the prescriptions start at too high of a dose. Despite this, M said she was willing to write a prescription for Xanax 2 milligrams 3 times a day since UC1 has been taking the medication and tolerating it. M said she would not go higher than 6 milligrams per day for the Xanax, and UC1 told her that if he needed to go higher, she told UC1 that if he needed to go higher, UC1 should do what you got to do.
Oh, not do what you gotta do.
Not do what you got to do. Not that.
Not that.
UC1 asked if she meant supplement with street stuff, and M said, yeah. I would prefer that you take the 2 milligrams 3 times a day.
Oh no.
Okay.
To the DEA. She says. I'm so dead. I'm like embarrassed for her. Like,
I know.
bro.
I am literally so scared for everybody. Ooh. Um, okay. At the end of the visit, M asked UC1 how he was going to pay for the visit and asked if he had insurance. UC1 told M he had Husky state insurance and Medicaid program. M said she did not take state insurance and she could not get on their panel. UC1 checked to see how much money he had on him, and M said she hated to have to make UC1 and CS1 pay cash. When UC1 counted money in front of M and said he had 200, M said, all right, I'm taking all of your money. Okay. After UC1 explained that he had been taking street, Xanax, and Adderall to mellow out and just chill, M did not ask any follow-up questions to ascertain what medical problem or concern these controlled substances address, as opposed to a purely recreational desire to chill out. M did not ask UC1 about prior anxiety diagnosis or symptoms he might be having related to anxiety or a prior diagnosis of ADHD or ADHD symptoms. Okay. In addition, here we go, yeah. In addition, according to the Connecticut Prescription Monitoring Program database, M never ran UC1's name through the CTPMP database to see if he had been truthful about being prescribed Xanax and Adderall in the past, or if he was currently being prescribed any other controlled substances that may interact with the Xanax and Adderall. And then, it just goes on to say she didn't ask him any questions that she should have asked. Okay, so a seventh meeting. And CS1 and UC1 come again at the same time. Uh, that is so crazy. That's literally so crazy. Um, so during this visit, UC1 tells M that he's getting the medications from her, and then he's also still getting medications on the street. He would not specify how much extra he was taking and only said whatever he could get his hands on. UC1 told M that he takes extra when he feels sick, and M inquired what he meant by sick. UC1 said he gets headaches and body aches and did not want to have a seizure. M told UC1 if he's taking Xanax 2 milligrams 3 times a day, it should be enough to prevent him from having a seizure. That is true. M told UC1 that she could not give him another benzodiazepine, but offered to give him something else for the anxiety. And then she gave him a prescription for Boost Bar. CS1 asked M if he could try the Boost Bar too without asking any further questions. M said absolutely. M told UC1 and CS1 that if they liked the Boost Bar, she could increase the dose next time. So Boost Bar is a pretty common medication used for anxiety. It's a non-controlled substance. Not that it would be like what you would start. You would like start with that. She's like doing this completely backwards, like maxing them out on Xanax and then doing Boost Bar. You would try some Boost
Mhm.
Bar before you would try a controlled substance, or substance, or at least that's like what I would do. Okay, so she gave them all their prescriptions. Eighth meeting, they both come together. They liked how, okay. CS1 said things were going good. UC1 said that when he took the boost bar, it gave him a headache, so he didn't want it anymore. CS1 asked if he could, so now we're back to CS1. CS1 asked if he could up any of his prescriptions. So this is really weird because they're both sitting in the same room. They're all in the same room together, and M is telling CS1 that she will not increase his Adderall prescription and that 40 milligrams a day is the maximum dose, and she tries to stick with the guidelines. But UC1 is in the room with them, and he's getting 60 milligrams. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah, her ethics are like all over the place. Like they're just like it's interesting too how she's like okay to the benzos, but like on the meth. Like, nah, like let's not do too much Adderall, but like for sure all the benzos. I
So then the ninth meeting, they came, and at the beginning of the visit, UC1 asked M if he could get Klonopin, which is another benzodiazepine. He told M he got some from a friend and it helped him over the edge. M asked UC1 if he meant instead of the Xanax or on top of the Xanax. And CS1 responded that they were looking for the Klonopin on top of the Xanax. And it worked excellent. So now I feel like at this point she's kind of getting backed into a corner. M,
yeah.
M said that two benzos was not the way to go and told CS1 and UC1 that it was not healthy or safe to prescribe two benzodiazepines together. M asked UC1 and CS1 how much Klonopin they were taking. UC1 said he was taking 1 milligrams of Klonopin in between his doses of Xanax. UC1 again stated he was taking as much as he could get his hands on. So probably before this, but for sure at this point, like all she should have been doing is trying to get them to rehab.
No, literally, that's what I was because I was thinking like if this is like if this was two actual men and she's like alone with them and they are addicts, she's putting herself in the most dangerous situation because you're already like feeding into, and like you know that they're drug addicts, you know that they're buying on the street, and then you're feeding into them. And like an addict is an addict, they're gonna want more and more and more every visit eventually and become aggressive with that, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely by her
Risky.
own fault. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
denying that she has leaned into this and created this, but at this point here, where they're maxing out on everything she's giving them, and they're telling her that they're getting Klonopin from the street, and they're pressuring her to prescribe the Klonopin and the Xanax,
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared for everybody.
No,
Really scared for
me
everybody.
too. Thank God it's not like
But she
actual
gives in.
addicts.
She gives in.
Wow.
And she adds she adds the Klonopin. She told
Wow.
she told UC1 and CS1 that she was going out on a limb for them. Baby, let me tell you something. I'm never gonna go out on a limb for anybody. No, I'm not going on a limb for anybody, honey. We're
Yeah, because
staying,
it's,
we're staying on the tree.
yeah,
We're not going on the limb. We're on the tree.
because
Mm-mm.
this career is like not many careers. It's like, it's not just, I don't know, it's like legal. Like it's so legal because it's controlled substances. So like you have to be an ethical person to be in this field, or you are going to jail. Like
Going to
literally, you're
jail,
going
babe.
to jail.
And that's not the worst part of that. I think that worse than going to jail would be knowing that you helped ruin somebody's life.
Mm-hmm.
I could not live with that. Like I've said
Right.
before, unfortunately, healthcare workers are human beings, and we do, unfortunately, and not on purpose, make mistakes at times. We do make
Mm-hmm.
mistakes at times or errors at times. And that is bad enough. Like, even when you
Right.
do something that's completely unintentional, you had really good hopes for it, you thought it was the right thing to do, and it turned out to not be, that
Mm-hmm.
eats you alive. So I can't even imagine doing something like willfully. So she's going to go out on a limb for them, and she adds the Klonopin. She only does zero point 0.5 milligrams. One tab twice a day is needed. And then she says, well, it's better than nothing. And she said it's just a lot, but you two seem to be tolerating it. So they're on like almost identical medication regimens. And that's how they actually like caught this lady, is that the pharmacies were like, hey, we have a bunch of people coming in on identical medication regimens. Okay, 10th visit. They both come in, they say they're good. Oh, here we go. Wow, okay, this is crazy. I don't think I got this far last time. M asked if the Klonopin was helping with the breakthrough anxiety. UC1 affirmed this, then proceeded to tell M he tweaked his back and asked M if she would prescribe him a couple Percocets. M told UC1 that she could not do that because she could get in trouble and that it was outside of her scope of practice. So I'm assuming this lady is a psychiatric nurse practitioner. I'm not 100% sure, but treating pain is outside of our scope of practice.
I love that. I love that she has limits. Love the limits.
I don't know. Let's keep going and see if they actually did. Um, CS1 then asked would my stuff be able to go up a little because he believed he was getting immune to the medications. M told CS1 she could increase the Klonopin zero point 0.5 milligrams 3 times a day and said, do you guys want to do that? To which they responded, sure and yes. M explained that one can build an immunity to benzodiazepines. Um, and it's not an immunity, it's a tolerance. And yes, you can definitely develop a tolerance to benzodiazepines, which is why we need to use them so carefully. And they need to be monitored really closely because that is true. But I mean, the answer is not to just keep upping and upping and upping and upping. Okay. And then I guess they arrested her after that 10th meeting because there's no more meetings.
Wish there was like footage of that arrest. Like actually you're under, can you imagine? Like you literally think that you're like dealing with drug dealers and then they're like they're like turning to go to the door and they turn back around. They're like, actually you're under arrest. And she's like, what? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
And then they like pull out their badges. Like they're probably wearing like scruffy clothes and like look like legit addicts. Oh, I just, oh my God, iconic.
So I guess what they were trying to do is just push her see how far they could push her. And I guess when they
For sure.
realized that the um she wasn't going to prescribe the narcotics, the Percocets, on top of the Adderall, Xanax, and Klonopin. I guess they were like, okay, we're done with her. That's as far as we can take her. And then I guess that's when they arrested her. Scary. Is that story not? I know that was like really,
Scary.
really long, but
No,
scary.
it's a good story time. I like these. That's
Oh,
crazy. Come
I
on,
just I
Em.
want to know like how you could work so hard and so long. It's so hard to get through school and so hard to like get through training and get all of your credentials and everything. And I just wonder like what would cause you to work so hard to then do something like this? And it's got to be something. And I just wonder what it is.
Mm-hmm.
What got you here, girl? What are you doing?
Yeah. Or and was she in Florida?
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Mhm.
Yeah, who knows? There's so many things, you know. It could be like a family member, she watched them like struggle with medicine. It's like there's so
Is it
many
a people
layers.
pleasing thing?
Mm-hmm.
Are you just a people pleaser and you just got
Over your
did you just
head.
get like railroaded by like one patient and then they sent you another they referred you another patient and then they referred you another patient? Like how? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and we're so that way where we want to like not just assume that someone's a bad person and
Of
like
course.
understand their like
Yeah.
perspective because I'm sure there was some perspective.
Yeah, I don't think that I I don't think that a lot of people go through nursing school or medical school or nurse practitioner school or PA school,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, to do harm. I think that the
Yeah.
number of people that do that is extremely low. I think most people go into it with really good intentions and
Mm-hmm.
big hopes and stuff of helping. So
Yeah.
yeah, it just makes me wonder like what occurred to
It
take you off of
takes
that path and
much
onto another
time
path.
too. Yeah. Like
Yes.
that's a lot of time to like put into your career to like now you're probably going to spend all that time in jail, like or
Yeah.
in prison. Like
Yeah.
I bet it's probably like 10 to 15 years that she's getting.
I
And
have
she's going to come out with no like
because what are you gonna yeah, when you do get out of jail, what are you gonna do to support yourself? You know?
yeah, you can't go back in the medical field. Like you're going to have to like go to freaking retail or like
Yeah, truly.
restaurant.
So I have a love-hate relationship with pharmacies because I love pharmacies whenever they like are monitoring stuff like this, and they're like calling out red flags and stuff. But then like this week, I
Mm-hmm.
had, well, this is insurance actually, not the pharmacy.
Can I
Um,
just pause really quick? Your shirt is so ironic to the story.
oh gosh, yeah. No, actually it is. Okay, I don't support this. Okay. To be clear, I don't support you.
I don't support you, Em. It's too
M,
far. You went too far. You pushed it for
yeah,
the
M took
girly
it too
boss.
far. M took it too far.
Continue. Insurance.
Yeah, insurance. So Lexapro is an SSRI and it is like cheap, old, been around forever. They should not have any issues with it. Usually when pharmacy has an issue filling a medication, it is because like it's expensive and they don't want to cover it, or it's like new and there's no generic for it. You know, basically they don't want to pay for anything. But Lexapro is extremely inexpensive. So I got an like a fax this week that my person's insurance rejected their Lexapro prescription that they've been on for like forever. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? And then my NP sent in like a new prescription for my Wegovy because I'm gonna go up to zero point 0.5 milligrams pretty soon. Not tomorrow, but like the week after that. And the insurance or the pharmacy said like, oh, this medication isn't covered by your insurance. And I'm just like, how? Why? Crazy. And they just said, oh, it's just this medication isn't covered by your insurance anymore. Like CVS Caremark doesn't cover Wegovy anymore. And I'm like, what? So I called CVS Caremark and they're like, oh no, like that's fine. We're gonna cover it. It just hasn't been long enough since you last picked up your last box. And I'm like, okay, well that makes sense. Why didn't you guys
Mm-hmm.
just say that then? Why did you say you're not gonna cover it or you don't cover the prescription anymore, why didn't you just say, oh, hey, Hannah, it hasn't been long enough since you picked up your last box? I know it hasn't been long enough since I picked up my last box, but
Right.
my provider sent in the prescription early because we knew we were going to have to fight with you guys
Mm-hmm.
like two
You're
weeks.
like pre-planning kind of
Yeah, it takes
thing.
like
Yeah.
2 weeks to go to war with you guys to get anything done. So that's why she sent it
Mhm.
in 2 weeks early because and they're just like, oh no, like it'll be fine. So then I called CVS yesterday and they were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fine, but we're out of it, so we just have to order it. And I'm just like, well, yes, this is why she sends in the order early because it's gonna be completely fine. I'm gonna get the medication, but sending it in 2 weeks early and I'm gonna end up getting it like right when I need it.
Exactly. And that's absurd because not everybody's like in the medical field and
Yeah,
thinking like that.
yeah.
And
Some
it might
people
like
like fill their prescription
affect
the day
them.
it's due, like the day that
Yeah.
they run out. They're like, hey, I need more, which should be fine. That should
Yes.
not be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, big love hate relationship with pharmacies. I want to love you all. I want to love every single pharmacy and pharmacy tech and pharmacist. Guys, I want to love you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to love you. But sometimes I just can't.
Pharmacies are interesting too because it's kind of like, well, at least I've from the people or the women that I've spoken to have noticed it's almost like I know a lot of women that do it as like a part-time job that
Okay.
were like once in the medical field and then they had kids and then they went back and they're like, oh yeah, I just pick up a few shifts as like a pharmacy tech. And I find that like fascinating because like it's not like a Waffle House. Like you're like distributing medicines. Like I don't know, it just seems like a math job, you know? And you're just like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I just pick up some shifts at the pharmacy and I'm like, slay queen.
If you enjoy it,
Fascinating.
do it. I think that it's one of those jobs where if you have experience in it and you have a
Right.
background in it, you can always jump back in, which
Totally.
is great because we need them. Like, guys,
Mhm.
we need you. If you have pharmacy experience and you feel like picking up some shifts as a tech, please do it.
Just
Please. We need you. America needs you. America
listen,
runs on pharmaceuticals, so
clock in, stay-at-home
serve your
moms.
country.
It's time to clock in.
It's time, yeah, literally, it's time to clock in. So tell us about your meeting with Sonia and your new med that you're gonna try.
Um, what's it called again? I keep calling it propel
Propanolol.
propanol.
Propanolol.
Yes, I'm very excited. Hannah had told me about it. She said because I have like as I've told you guys, I have driving anxiety. So she's like, I really think that this would be a good medicine because you don't have to take it. You can take it, what is occasional? There's like a
As
specific
needed. PRN.
as needed, yeah. But it can help basically the manifestations of anxiety, the physical
Yeah.
attributes of anxiety, the tingly hands, the nervousness, the heart palpitation feelings,
Hmm.
the dizziness. So I asked my psychiatrist about it and she was like, yes, queen. She was really excited. She was like so excited that I even knew about it. She
Yeah.
was like, I give this medicine like a couple times a day because I just like I think it has amazing benefits. And I was telling her like with my toddler going to pre-K in August, I was like, I just want to attempt something so that like I can do this for him. I just like, and we had talked, me and Hannah have talked about that before, where like use medicine as needed. Like I'm coming into a space now where it's like I need to be out of the house multiple times a week. And I haven't been in that space for a long time, like since like pre-COVID. So now I'm coming into a space where like I need to like leave the home multiple times a week and I need help. I need assistance.
Mhm.
And I'm so happy that I have like you and a psychiatrist that like I don't know, it's just really nice.
Help is here. You need
Yes,
help and help is here. Oh my
I
gosh.
love that.
I love it so much. Okay, so we wanted to talk about, you were also talking about exercising.
Yes, yeah, because I am trying to like get into my like hot mommy era. Like
Mhm.
I'm ready. I'm like very much like Hannah. Like I'm just ready to like, feel good
Mhm.
all the way around, like 360. But I am struggling to figure out a good window of exercise because with Strattera, the ADHD medicine I take, it's not like super great to like take it and then like exercise because it can make you kind of elevated and anxious. Hi, baby. And then we found out the same with the propinenolol. So
Propanolol. So
I don't know.
propanolol isn't going to make you anxious, but so when you are exercising, your goal is to get your like heart rate up, right? Like you want to break a sweat and you want to get pumping. Okay. Well, what propanolol does is it keeps your body from getting elevated like that because it doesn't want you to be anxious. So if you like take propranolol for anxiety and then you try to do cardio, your body's fighting itself and it's not productive.
Right, that makes sense.
I don't think necessarily that you're gonna feel super terrible or like anything terrible is gonna happen. I
Mm-hmm.
just think that it's not productive.
Totally. Yeah.
That's it. So have you thought about taking the Strattera at night?
I have, but then Sonia like doesn't super want me to. She wants
Okay.
me to like try to take it more like in the daytime.
Okay.
My sweet spot with it is I take it like midday. So I
Yeah.
I really or like sometimes even like later like at dinner, like or like 5 or 6. But I
Okay.
because I've found when I was taking it too early, it was really not benefiting me by
Okay.
like the end of the when I was trying to do school and stuff. So I don't know, maybe I'm thinking like exercise like before bed. Because like that could work.
What if you exercised early before you take the medicine?
That's true. That is a thought, but that might need to change when the kids are like in school and stuff. Because like I could do mornings now, but then like eventually, like if I'm driving in the morning, like no, because Blue he won't go to school until like midday. So maybe I could do
What
exercise in the
about
morning.
this? What if you exercised early,
Mm-hmm.
then you took the propranolol before you had to take the kids to school,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can take the Strattera like whenever.
Yeah, because I could take the Strattera like when I got I mean, because it's probably not going to always like just be me. It'll probably be more like a division of like Luke and I, and probably at the beginning, probably more Luke than me. But I'm already taking it around lunchtime. And if
Yeah,
he's going to pre-K at like lunchtime,
yeah.
then yeah, that could work. That could
You could
definitely work.
work
I could just
out. You
take the
could maybe
medicine then.
exercise at like 9,
Mm-hmm.
take the propranolol at 10,
Mm-hmm.
do what you got to do your mommy stuff, and then
Yeah.
come back, eat lunch, take Strattera.
Yeah, that's a good
That could
idea.
work.
Yeah, I think morning exercise is a good idea. And that's kind of what I was doing before I started Strattera. And then I just like took a pause on exercise
Also,
after.
I mean, yeah, like what you said with doing the exercise in the evening, that would work too.
Yeah, that could
You
work
could
because
do
I
it
do love a night
before or
shower.
after.
Yeah, before, after. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do because I'm sure I just have to like, I don't know, I have such a weird, I think I've talked about it a little bit on here, but I just have such a weird relationship with exercise
Mhm.
because of my ex. And then we were like in the bodybuilding world, that was like my job. And it's kind of why I don't even want to like fall into like a social media job because like that's like my ADHD thing. I'm like good at something and it's like a hobby and then I like take it on as a career because I'm good at it and then I hate it. So
Mhm.
like I'm really trying to find like a positive balance with
Yeah,
exercise because I've
yeah,
never had one.
because you don't have to. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to fall into that. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't ever have to be my job. I don't have to make
yeah,
videos about it. Like I
yeah,
don't need to record my workouts. Oh my
no.
God, like
I mean, just
it,
for you.
yeah, I don't have to tell anybody.
Yeah, it could be like just for your health. But that brings up an interesting point. I think that there is so much pressure to post about everything you do and like
Hmm.
show people what you're doing. You do not you can, but you do not have to. We've got free
No.
will. We've got free
Hmm.
will. If you want to show your breakfast. If you literally just want to make your breakfast and eat it, do that.
Right. No, literally. And that's like even I feel like before like I even knew what I was doing. I mean, now I know that I'm doing UGC, but I think I was doing it even before I knew that I was doing it. Like I've always been like filming myself, and like if I'm like hyperfixating on something, I'm like recording it.
Hmm.
And like all of my archived like Instagram posts, like my whole Instagram was like a fitness account. Like it was Fine Dime Fitness, and I was like a fitness account. And then I like got overwhelmed by that, and I didn't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So I got off Instagram for a while. I archived all of that. I came back as Sunshine Caroline, and then kind of like social media took off for me last year. And then I was like, you know what, like this time, like I just like want like Sunshine Caroline to be like my private, like my family and like me. And then I'll make something else up for like UGC, and then I'll do something else for pop culture. But like for some people that might be like overstimulating, but for me it's really nice because one, I can hop into those accounts whenever I want.
Hmm.
Two, it's like I don't feel that pressure anymore to perform because I can open those like folders whenever I need to, or I can close them. Like I
Hmm.
sometimes like, and this is like crazy for me, but some like days, like I don't even post a story on Instagram. Like that used to not even be a possibility for me. Like I felt like such a pressure to perform, but like now I feel kind of mysterious. Like
But it
people,
is a possibility.
it is.
I mean,
They're
you
like,
can do
what's
like
she
whole
doing?
huge life things without posting it online, or you can post it online. There's nothing wrong with either one. They're equally fine. But yeah, you absolutely don't have to. Now, I have
Yeah.
ADHD, but I just had a thought. So tell me
Hmm.
if I'm right or wrong about this. I feel like
Hmm.
if you have ADHD, you don't want to lean into anything too heavy. Do you feel like that's correct or incorrect? Because then you're going to get way down deep into it and then you're going to get sick of it
Hmm.
and the pressures and the expectations of it, and you're just going to abandon it. Do you feel like that is true or not true?
I feel like I've never had control how deep I go into something.
You don't want to get into things just like too heavy. I think it's
Yeah.
perfect, like what you said. Like you said yourself, like some people might find it overstimulating to have three accounts, but that works good for you because you're not leaning too heavy into any one of
Hmm.
them.
That was almost like it's almost become like my solution because before like hyperfixation, I couldn't even control. Like
Hmm.
I fell in so deeply, and then it became almost like a responsibility. So now it's kind of like I can not falling in too deep is like a way of controlling it and
Yes, and
separating
then
it.
you can even rebel and like not post a story.
Yeah.
You can be like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
And
literally.
it's fine. I love
Hmm.
that. I love that actually. Um, okay, it's Mercury retrograde.
It is. I was pulling up an article while you were reading your article because we are in a Leo Mercury retrograde right now, guys. And shit is real. And as I said yesterday, this hits very deep because again, I love to be chronically online and I love to talk, and Mercury retrograde comes for that so hard. It destroys electronics. I don't know why. I guess because it goes backwards. It orbits retrograde of the Earth, I think. It's kind of confusing. It happens 3 times a year in our year. I don't know, it's weird. But anyways, Mercury retrograde means in astrology, Mercury rules the mind. It is communication, mental processing, learning, and memory. It is the framework through which we perceive our life, ourselves, and our experiences and our future. Because it is the quickest planet to orbit, Mercury retrogrades more than any other cosmic body, entering its backward spin 3 and sometimes 4 times a year. We know this energy well. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so basically it just makes us feel kind of wonky, poor communication.
So wonky. And then for me too, with the Uranus and Gemini,
Yeah.
I'm so all over the place. And when I saw on your little tally thing, like where we write down what we want to talk about, and you said I can't stop applying for jobs, bitch, I can't stop applying for jobs. I've applied for
What?
like 17 jobs.
Oh my God.
It doesn't make it, I promise you guys, like it doesn't matter. We won't even talk about it. And we are always doing the same thing. Always.
Literally.
Always.
Literally, no, I literally had to stop applying for jobs because I did get my graduation like completion date, and
Mhm.
I am doing so much school this fall that
Okay.
I'm like, I literally cannot get a job because I need to graduate college and then I can get a job. So I'm forcing myself to stay present, and like, but then it's so funny to kind of like circle back to freelance. I haven't made any money since I last talked to you guys about it,
Okay.
but I did get like that I had applied to was like, hey, like, I don't need an executive assistant from you, but I would love some freelance work. So fingers crossed that we get a nice little chunk of money because I
Yes.
don't think I'm getting anything from FAFSA this year. So she, but we're not going to be broke forever, and that's okay.
We're
We're
not.
learning.
It's about to cut us off, so we'll
Yeah,
stop
we can hop
there
back.
and then we'll hop back with psychics.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll go check on what this child's doing.
Okay.
Oh, just kidding. He's right here. I thought he ran into the bathroom.
Yeah, so the whole like Uranus in Gemini thing, crazy. I am just ready to start new.
Yeah, I
All,
think we're in like a few retrogrades too. I think we're also in a Jupiter retrograde.
um,
Do you know, have you seen your natal chart before? Have you looked at your natal chart?
I think you sent me an email about it and then I don't think I ever like got deep into it.
Yeah, I need to open that because like wherever you have Leo in your chart is like what is being affected in Mercury retrograde right now. Like I have Leo in the 12th house, which is like few this is why I wanted to talk about the psychic because this is like kind of your spirituality and like
Hmm.
your future self and like how you perceive yourself. So I'm very feeling like I'm feeling psychically attacked right now by Mercury retrograde.
When's the last time that you saw a psychic?
The the last time that I saw a psychic, well, they call themselves a spiritual practitioner, but the last time I saw one was in 2018.
Okay.
And it was when I was like in a pretty deep depression. I almost used it. I was really nervous about going to a psychiatrist or like a therapist. So I was like, I need like somebody to like talk me off the ledge. And he was amazing. Like I actually called him like right before I was giving birth to Blue to just like thank him and to tell him that he was right about everything. And he was so sweet. He he was very religious too, so he lit like white candles, like him and his whole team of people, and they said a prayer for me like when I was going into
Oh.
my labor, and he was amazing. But he was so funny. The first time that I met him, I walked in by myself and he said that I had like five angels behind me, and he was like, I walked in by myself and he was like, wow, squad's deep. And I was like, I'm alone, sir. And he
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh, I love that.
yeah, he was like, no, you have like, he was like, you have five spirit guides. Like two are like two couples, and then like one really tall lady, which was so
Okay.
crazy because my mom's stepmom passed away when she was like 9, and she was like very tall, like hippie woman. And I've always felt super close to her, but obviously she passed away when my mom was 9. But
Yeah.
yeah, so she's definitely one of them. She's my homie for sure.
So have you been thinking about like getting more into spirituality lately?
Well, so the last time I had like a palm reading, I was like 10, and they told me like verbatim, they were like, you're going to get married twice, you're going to have a biological child and a stepchild. And like they knew like what was going to happen. And I like held on to that my whole life. And now that like I've hit those milestones, I just kind of feel like not that I need to know the future, but I kind of feel like okay, like what next, Like I've always kind of known like a little bit of what my future was going to look like, and now I have like no idea.
I gotcha.
I think it's just that like just kind of getting more comfortable with the unknown, and
Mm-hmm.
just like unfortunately, like no matter what a psychic or a spiritual practitioner tells you, you're really just raw dogging life no matter what. So
Absolutely. So last time that, well, I had a tarot reading last summer. That was the most like recent reading that I've had because I was literally so sick of waiting for Luis to propose to me. And so I hired a tarot card reader and I was like, when am I getting engaged? When am I getting engaged?
like
And
tell me now.
yeah, I was like, when? And she told me within 30 days. And I think I got engaged like 28 days after that.
crazy.
So, but that was just like a one question thing. She like, you were only allowed to ask like one question. I was like, when am I getting engaged? But my last psychic reading was in Seattle, and that was in probably like 2015-ish. And I was the same as you. I had a squad too, but not
Really?
angels. I had a squad. So that one was crazy because I didn't, it was very, you just go in, tell her your name and your date of birth and where you were born. So,
Mm-hmm.
date of birth, where you were born. So she knows your sign and your birthplace, and that's it.
Hmm.
And then you don't tell her anything else. And it was wild. She knew like everything about my life up
Oh
until
my
that
God.
point. She knew that I was an oncology nurse, which I was at the time. I was
Hmm.
at Vanderbilt, and there were like a few patients who I had been with when they passed away, and she said that they were in my apartment, like they couldn't leave me.
They were like protecting you?
Not really. They were just stuck.
Oh, they were like attached.
They were just because,
Mm.
yeah, that they had to like go. She said they basically like had to go home with somebody, and since I was like the last person, they just, I guess, came home with me. So, and it wasn't anything bad or good. It was just like a
Hmm.
thing. It was not bad and it was not good. So, yeah, she gave me some things to like sprinkle around the corners of my apartment to like let them, I guess, out.
Hmm.
But like she knew kind of a little bit about their stories and stuff, and like that I had met them when
Wow.
they passed away, and they were all accurate. Um, and then. She told me that I was never going to have any children, but that I was going to help a lot of children. And
Mm.
that checked out. And
Hmm.
then she wasn't sure if I would ever be married. She's like, I
Mm.
really am not sure if you'll ever be married, but a man will never be the main focus point of your life.
Period. I
And
love that.
I think there have been times in my life where a man was the main focus point of my life.
Same.
So I can't say that was 100% accurate, but I think that she maybe meant like as a whole because
Yeah.
like I saw her in 2015. The past 10 years are like a very small point in the overall scheme of your life.
Right.
So I think that she meant like as a whole, and like I think that she didn't mean necessarily that, oh, that'll never happen. I think she meant like at the end of the day, a man is never going to be like the sole focus point of your life.
Yeah, and that's like good advice too, because I feel like we should be the main focus of our lives. And
Mhm.
anytime like I'll speak just for myself, but anytime I am male centered or male focused or male driven, like I'm out of alignment with myself because like I should be doing stuff for like me and like what brings me joy. Like I can't like fit myself into like what would be like the patriarchal whatever, you know?
I've
But
never been
honestly,
such a mess. I've never been such a mess as whenever a man has been like the sole focus point of my life.
same. Yeah, no. And it's like, although I'd be hot, I'd be not hot inside.
Yeah. So I love that she said that. And she said that I'm gonna live a long, healthy life and die of like natural causes. I was like, that's cool. But she knew all about my growing up. She said that I'm gonna be a writer. That's what she said. I'm
Wow.
gonna be a writer. So TBD on that. But yeah, my biggest, most important takeaways, like obviously it meant a lot to me that she knew so much about me. And so I felt like that
Totally.
made things very valid and accurate. But um yeah, the main sticking points were like, even though you're not ever gonna have children, you're gonna help a lot of children in a lot
That's
of ways. I
beautiful.
thought that was very like precious. And then that a man's never going to be like the sole focus point of your life. And I love that she admitted that she wasn't sure if I would ever get married or not.
Yeah, and I mean,
I
at
love
that
that she
point too,
didn't
that was
just
like 10
say,
years before you
hmm
you probably had to do things to like get
yeah,
there, you
yeah.
know.
But I love that she like didn't say like, yes, you are, or no, you're not.
Yeah. No, the only thing that like the guy that I saw like could tell me about relationships, because he like I don't really think they can see
Mhm,
because there are so many paths
mhm,
with relationships where like of course you guys can stay together or not stay together, but like something that the guy said to me, he was like, you will be the greatest loss of your ex-husband's life. Like we were married. He was
Mhm.
like, you will be, and it was all depending on where I'm at in my life, I'll cut this out or not. But I have had confirmation
Mhm.
that my ex has recently said that I was the greatest loss of his life. So like, the psychic was spot on.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, and he said that. And kind of the same with you. Like I was at that point when I saw him in 2018, I was having a lot of issues with depression. And he not only did he send me home with like gratitude homework, like to get back in check with myself and not be so male centered. But he also told me that like I would die at a really old age of natural causes.
Mhm.
Because and then all of a sudden I kept hearing the number like 87. And he was like, yeah, that's probably like the year that you will like pass is like 87. So that was really nice because I was so like, this was like right when my frontal lobe was developing. I think I was 24 and I was just so overwhelmed. Like I could feel my brain fusing and my
Yeah.
frontal lobe becoming one.
Yeah. And then another thing that she said, I just remembered, she did
Mm.
say she was like, you're gonna go through a lot because you can.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, she's like, you have been and you are gonna continue to go through a lot because you can.
Hmm.
Like,
Because you can.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, you're like,
Please no.
I'm tired of being God's strongest soldier.
She's like, no, it's just because you can. So that was that. And then also like I had a few chakras blocked. She like checked my chakras. I had a few chakras blocked. So I went back the next day and had some of my chakras knocked loose. She knocked them
Hmm.
loose for me. She did her ceremony. She did her stuff, did her everything, and yeah. So no, it was really cool. Good experience. I mean, I definitely would go again, but I haven't felt too pressed to. Like the last time I felt pressed about like what's gonna happen was before we got engaged. I just wanted to know like, bro, when are we getting married, you know? Um
Literally.
which I
Hmm.
feel like is a very normal thing for girls.
Oh
I
my gosh, yeah.
feel like a lot of people do that. But now there's like a lot of uncertainty in my life now.
Hmm.
I just don't feel led to like go to the psychic. I just have very much I have very much like a confident feeling that it's only for bigger and better things. Like there's a lot going on, but there's no unease about it, you know?
Yeah. I feel the same. Like I think it's so interesting too, because I feel like a lot of girls end up at the psychic around that time, like in their like early to late 20s.
Oh yeah.
And then like it's all about men, and then you go there and it's actually all about you. And it kind of like realigns you, puts you back on that path where like, this is your life.
Mhm.
Live for yourself. And then now we're definitely at that point where it's just like, okay, like the universe has got my back for sure,
Yeah.
and we're
Yeah.
gonna be solid no matter what. Because I feel the same. I don't feel like I just kind of want to know what's next, but I don't feel scared about the unknown. I just
Right.
kind of want to like
Yeah.
know.
I don't feel scared, and we talked about this earlier this week. It's like, well, I don't really know a lot for sure right now, but what I do know is that like obviously I'm with the right person, like I'm with
Right.
Ace, like what an underestimated relief to
Mm-hmm.
be with the right person. Like you don't really understand how much of a relief it is to be with the right person unless you've been with the complete wrong person and the hellscape that is. Like that is
Literally.
actual hell. Being with the
Literally.
wrong person, worst thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, there's just a lot of like calmness and reassurance that comes with that. And I'm not level-headed at all, and he's so level-headed. I just know that he'll never steer me wrong. You know, like if
Right.
I think something's a good idea, I can always go to him and he'll either be like yes or no. If it's not,
Mm-hmm.
he'll be like, no, Hannah. And
Right.
he has like my best interests and our best interests at heart. He's never saying no to be an asshole. He's never
That.
saying no. He's never saying no because he thinks I can't do something or because he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't believe in me or because he doesn't want to. He's
Mm-hmm.
just saying, if he is ever saying no, it's like with our best interests at heart.
Right. Well, so much of the center of I feel like a good relationship is like like your partner actually liking you.
Oh, yes.
Like you guys have to like, and vice versa. Like you have to like the person that you're with,
Mhm.
because like you're not always gonna have those days where you're just like intimate, but you want to always like the person that you're married to, that you're living with, that you're spending all your days with. Because like even when me and Luke are having a disagreement, at the core of our foundation, I like him as a person. I like his perspective. I like his thoughts. I like how he thinks. I like how he argues, I like things about him. So I know that he has his best interest, even when we're butting heads, even if it's coming from both of us from a triggered space. I like him and he likes me, and we have common ground right there,
Yep.
Your
Yep.
foundation should always be like and
And there's no
gratitude.
power dynamic too.
Right.
Okay, I think that's really important in
Mm-hmm.
relationships that there's not. I mean, if you do want a power dynamic, more power, yes, have one.
Right.
Absolutely have one. I don't want that.
No,
I
me
don't
neither.
want a power dynamic. And even though, like, I do say, oh, I want to be a stay-at-home wife. Of course, yeah, I do want to be a stay-at-home wife. But even if I was, like, I don't want there to be a power dynamic.
Exactly. You don't want like expectations placed on you because you are a
Right.
stay-at-home wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, of course, that's my dream. Of course, I don't want to work. Who does? Who
Mm-hmm.
does? Who actually
Right.
does? Like, I want money, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to work.
Right.
Period. Like, if you do say that you do want, you're lying.
Right.
You're you're lying. I mean, even you right now, like you're like looking for jobs and like you want a job, right? But like you don't really want a job, you want money.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If you can't
Yeah.
admit that, then we're not friends.
If I could just like make money from
Yeah,
making content and being
exactly.
cute, then I would never be complaining.
Eh,
Like I want money so
we
that
want
I
money.
can, yeah,
Yeah,
like literally.
exactly. But for me, and it's probably it probably has I'm sure it has to do with like childhood and like trauma and past relationships. I'm sure that it's like a combination of all of that and also just like my personality. But
Mm-hmm.
I do not want a power dynamic. Like I'm
Mm-mm.
sure you are not above me. Like
No,
we're
me
both just
neither.
like we're right here together. Mhm.
Same. When I come from like a deep line of single moms, like my
Mhm.
great grandma, my grandma, my mom, like everybody was single moms, and everybody that like they raised their kids with was like the second man. So it's just like it's generational for me to have a second husband and for that husband to know that he can never control me and that he can never like, have a power dynamic over
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like, period.
And I mean, I fully realize that that's it for some people. They love it. Good. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. If you
Yes.
love it, I love it. Like,
If you love it, I
period.
love it. Free will. We all have free will. Whatever's consensual, as long as it's consensual.
I will challenge your beliefs though, because I have to ask questions and I have to make sure like you're actually good and not like make sure that you're not manipulated and like love
Right.
bombed into believing it. So like, but I also feel like us as friends, like anybody that's coming to us like wants the truth and wants their beliefs
You
challenged.
must. You must. If you come here and you want to be like coddled,
I'm not the right one. Like I'm
so
not. I'm not gonna
sorry.
give
You
that.
turn around. Turn around.
Turn
It's funny
around.
that I said turn around and you literally did it. Okay,
Oh
well,
my God.
GLP-1 update.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I have lost 8 pounds. I'm gonna weigh myself tomorrow, but as of right now, yeah, I've lost 8 pounds and 1.7% of my body fat. Woohoo. We like it, we love it. Doing well.
Woohoo. Sorry, I
Still
was drinking water.
not struggling with any side effects. I did travel this week. I traveled this week and it was easier this time. It was easier to stay on track this time, which I mean, part of the reason it was easier is because it wasn't like a holiday and it wasn't like tons of cookouts and get-togethers. But
Right.
I went to go visit my best friend Seth in Alabama, and he is a healthy eater.
Mm.
So it was really easy, and I stayed on track really good. There's a girl on TikTok. Her name is Smaller Sam, PCOS, and she's a PCOS girly.
Mm.
And she has lost 255 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The first 200 pounds she lost by herself, and then the last 55 pounds she used GLP-1. Um, And she does really great recipes and she does fast food places that and like high protein makes it so that it's like something yummy and fast and
Mm,
convenient but high protein. So I tried her Chick-fil-A. It was incredible. So it's like a small mac and cheese, which their small mac and cheese is only 270 calories, you guys.
it's not bad.
Like
And it's so
you
yummy.
when you're like, I don't know, when you're trying to like eat healthy and high protein and you're really being mindful, you just have this idea in your head that you're like, oh no, I can't eat that. Actually, if you just get like a small, you can.
Yeah, you just really have to, like, if you're in a weight loss area, you just really need to stay in a calorie
You fit it
deficit.
in. You fit it
Yeah.
in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that and then so I got a small mac and cheese and then a 12-piece grilled nugget, which a 12 piece of grilled nugget, that's a lot. It's a lot of
And
food.
their grilled nuggets are so effing good. Oh my God.
So good. And then buffalo sauce. And so it
Mm.
was 12 grilled nuggets is 200 calories.
Mm-hmm.
The buffalo sauce is 25. And then the mac and cheese is 200. So that's 405 calories. It's like a big lunch. And it's, I want to say almost 50 grams of protein.
Wow.
Like
That's like,
you can
yeah.
do this. If you, yeah, you can do this. You don't have to just eat really boring, bland, not yummy stuff. And just because you're on a GLP does not mean you can't eat something yummy. Just look it up and see what the macros are. Fit it
Yeah.
in.
And you might be like hurting yourself more if you're not eating enough. Like
Right.
it's so important to eat and nourish your body. And
Yeah.
just remember that it's just like a helper. You know, it's
It's
not,
just a tool.
yeah, it's just a small
It's
part
just
of
a
your day.
tool, but you're not like a bad person or doing badly if you incorporate some mac and cheese or if you incorporate some, I don't know, like
Mhm.
it's hot, it's freaking middle of summer. Like you can have an ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like, yeah. And the more normal you can eat, the more likely you're gonna hit your goals and
Yeah.
they're gonna stay there. They're not gonna like, you're not gonna be at the same starting point next year, you know?
Yeah, and I will say that like I do feel like 95% of the time since I've been on GLP, like I do feel like I've eaten very much normally, very much how I ate before.
That's
It's
great.
just that like now my body is able to, lose a little bit of weight. And so I did the 0.25 milligrams and I'm going to do that for a total of 8 weeks. Usually you do it
Mhm.
for 4, but at 4 weeks I just didn't feel ready to double it because you're
Right.
doubling it. Um, so, keep that in mind. If you are ready to and you want to, you can. And if you don't feel like you're ready, just tell your provider, be like, they're not going to have any problem with you taking it a little bit slower, you know?
Well, and I think like you didn't even realize that you had PCOS too. So like the medicine is like it's helping you, you know, it's helping like not only are you on like a weight loss journey, but like
Yeah,
you're finding the tools that can help you with what you were diagnosed with.
right.
So you know, there was probably so much inflammation that you were holding on to and
Totally.
now you have like not only are you eating like more clean and like not drinking and stuff, but you're also like way super mindful of it, of like
Yeah.
electrolytes and hydrating and
Yeah.
protein. Like your body's just like yum 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 yum. Like it's so happy in
Yeah.
all of it because now it's like, oh, we have PCOS, so now we have medicine to treat that. Oh,
Mhm.
we're eating like we're drinking lots of water, we're eating high protein meals. Like your body's probably just so pleased, you know, with all of the choices that are being made for it.
I feel like, yeah. Yeah. And to me, I don't care how long it takes. I just want to get better and be better.
Right.
I don't care. I know that, everybody's so different. Some people are losing 5 pounds a week. Some people are losing 10 pounds a week. Some people are losing zero.
Mm-hmm.
That does not matter to me. Just like making
Right.
positive changes, positive steps. If I'm just doing like a little bit better this week than I was last week, I'm thrilled.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
for a decade, like probably at least a decade, all I've been able to do is either gain weight or stay the same weight. If I like really busted my ass, I could maybe stay at the same weight for a little while. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, so I moved to Nashville in 2014 and I'm not even ashamed to say this. Like, I'm just throwing this out there. I moved here in 2014, and like when I started my GLP-1, I had gained since I moved to Nashville 96 pounds.
Sorry, it's muted. Wow, that's crazy. But it's also like, again, like PCOS and
Yeah,
like just everything, like life.
right.
And also, your body really does change like after
Hmm.
25.
Hmm.
Like your physical body changes so much. Like once your metabolism slows down at 30, like so much
Hmm.
really does change for you.
Hmm. So I'm like, well, it took, 11 years to gain that
Mhm.
weight. And I do feel like yeah, when I moved here, I think that's when I started to struggle with, not being able to really lose weight and stuff. And at first it was really like no big deal because I was still like small. I mean, it took like several years before I was into that more like overweight range,
Right.
you
Hmm.
know. Um, so I wasn't really like struggling, but it was just like, oh, I'm in this new city and like I'm drinking,
Shit,
I'm
hold on
going
really quick. He
out.
just got Clay.
Oh,
Stop, stop, stop.
oops.
No, no, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Stop.
Mom life.
No, you're not playing with that. No, no, all done. Play with what you're allowed to play with. Stop putting stuff in your mouth. No, done. All done.
Mom life.
Oh my God, that freaking air clay is like so toxic too.
Oh my gosh. Poor
He
baby.
was like, as soon as I saw him like actually open the lid, I was like, absolutely
Oh,
not.
gotta go. But yeah, like moving to a new city and then I was like going out all the time and I was drinking and trying like all
Right.
the restaurants and I was like, yeah. So I'm not saying, I mean, I don't know when I developed the condition. I definitely think like around 2020 when my periods got irregular, I definitely think I had it by then. I don't know if I had it before then or not, but yeah, I mean, it takes a long
Hmm.
time to like you don't get into these situations and these positions overnight, so I'm not trying to reverse it overnight. I'm just trying to do like a little bit better each week.
Well, that's such a great mindset because honestly, like I have been a person that lost weight really fast for like bodybuilding competitions, and it's easy to lose weight fast,
Hmm.
but it's not sustainable. It's not healthy. You will gain it all back 10 times over. Like you will be sick, your body will be confused. Like if you're losing weight at a rapid pace, it's not conducive to the rest of your life. Like it's better to go slow. Like you said, like it took time for you to gain weight. It's going to take, if you're doing it the right way, it's going to
Yeah,
take time to lose weight
totally.
the right way.
Totally. I just want to like encourage because I know a lot of women go through this for a lot of reasons, whether it's like work stress, home stress, life stress, you had a baby, you had a couple of babies, you have like a new medical condition, whatever the case may be. If it doesn't matter how much weight you've gained or whatever over a period of time, you don't have to feel like guilt and shame about it because that is something that I have gone through with like when I first started the GLP, I was like, oh my God, like why do I even need this? Like how have I gotten to this place where I'm like my
Right.
doctor is telling me to take this. This is crazy. This is insane.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to like feel guilty or feel bad or feel ashamed.
No.
Just like focus on doing like a little bit better 1 week at a time. And it really is going to be fine. But there's no reason to feel any like guilt or shame over the past because like you're here now. This is where you're at
Mm-hmm.
now. And you're looking into it, you're investigating it, you're trying to take care of your health now. And that's great. You know, we're proud of you.
Yeah,
Whenever you start,
exactly. No, and it's
we're
like,
proud of you.
and also like any kind of like, I mean, we talked about this in previous episodes, but any kind of like fat phobia is so like outdated and it's so like everybody's aware of what they look like.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to like do better and be better.
Yeah.
And like, oh, this is kind of a good like segue. But Lena Dunham was just talking about this in an interview, like how she has, I don't know what she was diagnosed with, but I know she had like a full hysterectomy in 2018. I feel like she might have PCOS,
Okay.
but it caused her to have a lot of weight gain.
Yeah.
And she was like, how fat phobic society is that like I can't be a successful director slash actress if I'm not at like a certain aesthetic or like a certain weight. It's just like to me, it's so outdated because women specifically, are so much more than their physical bodies. And it's such a patriarchal mindset that we've been reduced to what our physical bodies look like and that is like another place where I get so like, you know what, maybe I don't even want to like exercise and lose weight because maybe it's like kind of hot and cunty that I like want to, be curvy because I don't ever want to be doing it for the male gaze. I want to be doing it for like myself and like
Yeah.
feeling good and looking good,
Yeah.
and being able to play with my kids. But
Totally.
yeah,
Just do it like a little bit at a time.
right.
Um, okay, so meals update, meals update. I added one meal to my list. I've got pork chops on here. I made those last night, pork chops. They were really good. So, woohoo. 18 meals on my list. 300 and let's see, 365 minus 18. 347 meals to go, baby.
347.
Yeah, I've got 18. We've got pork chops.
We're so
We made
close.
we made so close. I can feel it.
I think we need like some kind of written agreement with Luis. You should be allowed to go to like part-time when you're like halfway there.
That he's not going to agree to that. He's like really firm.
He's
I've
strict.
tried. I've tried and he's really firm on
He's
365.
committed to the bit, and we have to respect that about him.
He's firm. Yeah, he's not willy-nilly like me. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
Like whatever.
Yeah, no willy-nilliness there. He is strict. Luis is
Fine. I
Luis
guess I
is
respect
strict.
it.
I mean, it probably comes from his work, his line of work.
Yeah.
He has to be strict.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, he's really strict on me because whenever he moved in with me, I never locked my doors. I was like,
Oh my God, Hannah.
who gives a shit? And he was like, you have
Jesus.
to start locking the doors. I never
I
lock my
mean, I don't
dog.
think that's strict. I think that's like his safety. Like you're a girl living by yourself. I hate to agree with a man.
I'm ready. If somebody wants to pop up, pop in. I'm here,
Yeah, oh
I'm
my
ready.
gosh.
I'm what's the term? Locked and loaded? I don't know. I'm ready for you if you come in the house. If you come in the house uninvited,
You're
I'm
pew
here.
pew ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah, literally.
I don't know. I just feel like if somebody wants to come in their house, they're coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like a lock is gonna stop anybody. I'm very jaded in that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Like
no,
like
if they want to
like
come in, they're
trauma.
coming in, so we might as well just be ready for them to come in. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you experienced that? Somebody came in
Like coming in
with
the
the doors
house.
were locked, like
No,
that
not into the
wasn't
house.
invited.
No, I never have. But just like I don't
Okay.
know, it's just like if somebody wants to like do something really bad, like nothing's gonna deter them from trying.
Right.
I just know that psychologically. So,
Yeah, that's true. It's really frustrating. The first time when I was living in North Carolina, the first like week that we moved into our new house, this like guy was like walking around the neighborhood, like checking doors to see if they were unlocked, like car doors. And I used to be like that too. Like I would just be like, oh, like whatever, like because we're in the South, like it's slow living. And
okay.
my door was unlocked and he like stole everything. And it was like very violating because it's just like, well, now I have to be like so super mindful of it
Mhm.
because he got in there, you know, and he was checking and everybody else's was locked and mine wasn't, and he got in there.
You were the one. You were the one. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know. But like I mean he's right. He's right. Like you should
he's
lock
right.
your doors. You should lock your
He
car.
is
Like
right. Please lock your doors,
he
girl.
is Luis is 100% correct. I'm the one who's incorrect. But I'm just so like, oh, fuck around and find out.
Right.
That's just me. I'm a Gemini. I can't help it.
Literally.
I literally can't. I'm just like, okay, do what you got to do, and then I'll do what I have to do in return.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
just
all
like,
gonna do what we have to do.
yeah, like we're just, or yeah, in the words of M, literally, do what you got to do. Do what you got to
Do what
do.
you gotta do.
Okay, I'm starving and I have to go feed myself.
Yeah, no, I have my child's getting so restless.
I have to go eat.
Yes, let's say our goodbyes.
Goodbye
Thank you
to our
all.
10 subscribers. Thanks for hanging out with us. We love you very much.
We love you so very much. Like, comment, and subscribe. Love
Share.
you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.